Hello, welcome to Two Mics, One Mac. I'm your host, Bennett with my boy, Sam.
How's it going?
Yo, and this week has been a great week for me because I've been stealing wet floor signs.
Why?
Excellent question. No reason. For no reason.
I have several questions.
Okay, so basically what happened was that a few weeks ago on the podcast, I complained about how no one was fixing my AC.
So it was exactly 1 week ago. There was no break.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, was it? Oh,
continue.
I don't even know if it was last episode. It might have been a few episodes ago.
Continue.
Anyway, so what happened was that I just started, as a microaggression, I just kind of started stealing wet floor signs as a
microaggression?
Yeah. And so, basically, so it started off like there was one in the hall, and I just took that because I thought it'd be cool decoration for my room. And, you know, it kind of tied the room together in a sense. I don't know. Like, it just kind of did. Like, there's something about having a sign that just is kind of cool. You know, like having a road work ahead sign just in your room, you know, and people are like, oh, that's pretty neat. Or like a road crossing sign. Or, you know, something like that. Or like a deer crossing or something. There's something kind of cool about it. So I stole a wet floor sign. And, you know, it just seemed kind of cool.
All right.
So,
you've justified yourself, but why multiple?
You know, so I was in the elevator, and there was another wet floor sign in there. You know, and I was kind of pissed at the school for not fixing my AC. So as a microaggression, I just kind of took it. And, you know, I might as well. It's not like the floor wasn't even wet. So if anything, like, it's just false advertisement from the school, you know?
Jesus.
Yeah, so I just took it, you know? And now I have two. And, like, with one, you could make the argument that it looks cool. But two, now you're just being a dick, you know? So I stole a third one because now I can make the argument that it's a collection.
Jesus.
Okay? So now I have 3 wet floor signs, but you can't just say you have a collection but only have 3 of your collection. So I stole a 4th wet floor sign.
Where in the hell do you keep finding these wet floor signs?
Surprisingly, they're not very hard to find.
Why are there so many wet floors in your dorm?
It's not even just in the dorm. They've just been around the school.
So you've just been picking up wet floor signs, just carrying them across campus. Yeah,
weirdly enough, if you have enough confidence and you just walk up and take it, no one says anything.
I mean, yeah, for sure. That's just...
Yeah.
I went to Virginia Tech.
No one's going to do anything about it. And who actually gives a shit, you know? Like, who...
I'm sure the school at some point.
That's the other thing. So now I stole a 5th one. And at this point, now it's just... how many signs can I steal before someone actually starts to take notice of the lack of wet floor signs in the school?
You know, I think you have 2 more before a janitor personally comes to kick your ass.
So that's the other thing. So I'm at 6 right now, and I would be at 8. However, like, so I had 2 in my hands.
You were holding them like fucking chairs?
Exactly. I was just holding them, you know? No, they have handles, so I was just holding them like suitcases, you know?
Okay.
And a janitor just kind of walked up and he's like, what are you doing with those wet floor signs?
Well, there's a wet floor.
Yeah. No, but it was more, actually, no, he said it more kind of gruff. He was like, what are you doing with those wet floor signs? You know, as if, like, what I'm doing is a necessary evil or something. Like, this is the worst shit I could be doing right now. You know, and luckily, thanks to my years of improv, I was able to just shit my way out of that situation.
Finally a use for our improv club.
Exactly. I said, I just kind of found them in the street. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I'm crazy. And
they didn't have property or VT written on them in the back and like...
No, they don't have anything on the sides. They're just wet floor signs. And so I just lied and I said, yeah, I just found them on the street.
Yeah, Costco was having a great deal.
And he's like, okay then. So I just gave it to him and there you go. And so keep in mind, I only got these 6 within the past few days. So I want to see how long I can get. before.
God.
It's making for a pretty interesting social experiment, you know, to see like how long does it take before the school actually takes notice in missing property.
As long as you record like someone in charge coming to you to make you in trouble, it counts as a prank.
Oh,
as
true.
Long as you record it.
And that's the thing. I haven't even been hiding it. You know, I've been very open about me stealing these wet floor signs.
This will never come back to haunt me.
No, it won't, because what's the fucking punishment? If they say, give us our wet floor signs, I'm not going to say no, you know? But at the same time, like, there's no... what's the point? Like, who... I know, like, legally you need to say there's a wet floor, but, like, who actually has slipped in a bathroom, you know, from a wet floor?
Well,
who are these dumbasses who see a giant puddle in the bathroom? Really?
The reason is it wasn't in a bathroom; it was in the toy aisle, and someone slipped and fell directly on their back.
Oh,
so it does happen.
Okay, well, even so...
I just ruined your whole thing. I had to watch that person get carried out in, like, one of those medical stretchers. What?
I mean, even then...
Take that,
like,
joke.
Shit, you got me. No, but, like, I've been telling everyone in my dorm. They all know. And, like...
It's like, hey, you hear about that Bennett guy? He's just collecting wet floor signs.
Yeah, he's just been Bennett's just been stealing wet floor signs. I dead ass, like, some people came to my dorm the other day, and we built a pyramid out of these fucking wet floor signs.
What the fuck?
I don't feel bad. I don't. Because I give the school, what, $13,000 a semester?
Jesus.
And then on top of that, there's a $3,000 for room and board. So that's $16,000. Still can't afford another wet floor sign.
Listen, you don't know how much those cost. Those could cost like $3,000 each. You don't know.
They don't.
You're right.
I know. They fucking don't. They cost like 10.
Yeah.
So currently I only have like $60 worth of school supplies at this moment.
Only.
Yeah, which is only like 10% of a textbook.
It's true.
So what are they even trying to come at me with? I don't understand.
Think you get like a textbook exchange going where you just give them wet floor signs?
I pay my tuition in their own wet floor signs.
It's the perfect plan because they won't stop buying more.
Make it a fucking ransom. You want those wet floor signs, you come to me.
Just cut out letters in a newspaper and magazine.
Exactly. Plus, on top of that, I actually looked into this. The school, like, total, makes $1.5 billion just through all the students paying their shit, through research grants into the school, or whatever. They make $1.5 billion. And if you take away all of the money that's being made, that they spend, they actually make a surplus of $100 million a year. That's what the school makes. Meaning that they could afford $10 million worth of wet floor signs. So I don't feel bad about any of this. Or not $10 million worth, 10 million floor signs.
Jesus.
It's $100 million worth of floor signs. But 10 million wet floor signs. So they should not be mad at me. They should not come at me with this bullshit about, oh, don't fucking pull this shit. Yet they still can't have enough money to fix my fucking AC. So and that's the microaggression. So I think I think I'm doing good here. So anyway, how are you, Sam? How are you doing?
I don't steal wet floor signs from Target if that's what you're asking.
You should.
I shouldn't. I'll get caught. Actually, I probably won't. That we're pretty.
You probably won't. Like I said, no one has fucking come to me about this. No one is.
I have to walk by the cashiers to leave. That's how stores work.
Oh, really?
Do you know how stores are set up?
Yeah, that's right. That's fucking right. I'm dumb.
At the very least, one of them's just going to be like, hey, Sam, did you, like, pay for that?
And they're going to be... You could be like, protocol. And then you could just leave.
Like, nah, it was defective. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. That's what I should have done with the custodian when I stole those two.
They're defective?
No, I should have been like, yeah, it's a protocol.
It's protocol.
And they're like, who are you? What?
Don't quote protocol to me. I was there when they wrote the protocol.
Anyway.
Jesus. Alright, so...
But...
Your wet floor sign aside, there are
Yes.
some things I've been looking at in my free time that aren't floor sign related.
Oh, really? What's up? How so?
Mostly it's Pokemon.
Oh, that's
the
right.
game I don't play, but...
It's been fun. It's been a big week for Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, in case you haven't somehow heard the news, Pokemon is releasing a brand new game
Sword
with
and
brand
Shield.
new Pokemon and a new movie, Detective Pikachu, starring Ryan Reynolds.
I'm
as
way more excited than I should be about that movie.
I think everyone's way more excited about that movie than they should be. Something tells me the movie is either going to be straight garbage or surprisingly entertaining.
Now, I refuse to believe anything Ryan Reynolds makes can be straight garbage. The man can do no wrong.
He's made some
Don't
straight
do
garbage.
not quote X-Men at me. I'll punch you in the face.
I will not quote pre-Deadpool to you.
Damn right.
Yeah. Let's be real. With the exception of like The Notebook, pre-Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds did not do well in like.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
I'll absolutely give you that.
Yeah. So that movie is coming out soon, and supposedly it's going to be quite the hit. And I'm actually really looking forward to this movie as well as you.
Yeah.
I
I think a lot of our friends are actually looking forward to us. I know Harrison is. And I
are we
refuse to believe otherwise.
Are we seeing it as a group this time?
If we have the timeline up, yeah.
All right, shit. Okay. When we see this movie, if we see this movie together, we will promptly put this on our 2 Bikes 1 Mac podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
For the fans.
It'll be the first thing that, like, of quality.
Our first podcast worth giving a shit.
Yes.
Who would have thought?
Like, who listens to our podcast for, like, discussion on... what was the last time we talked about a movie? Queen, I think.
Yes, it was. Yeah, maybe. Was it the Oscars rundown?
Oh, it was the Emmys guessing game, I think.
It was the Emmys or the Golden Globes guessing game.
God, there are way too many awards for people to give themselves in movies.
Yeah, too many awards and no one watches them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need seat fillers.
They don't stream them, and that's a problem.
That is the problem.
They don't. Yeah, and they're surprised people are losing viewership.
All right. I think we've gotten off track unless we're going into a discussion of how Detective Pikachu deserves an Emmy.
It doesn't.
It
doesn't.
It's a movie. We'll have to see.
It's a movie. It won't earn an Emmy.
You're right. Really?
It's a movie, so it won't earn an Emmy. Emmys are for TV.
Ah, shit, you're right. So it'll earn an Oscar. I don't actually pay attention to popular culture at all, so I'm probably wrong about most things I say.
Which is great for a podcast where we talk about pop culture.
More like a podcast where you talk about culture and I'm also here.
Fuck. Don't call us out. Why
don't
you call us out?
Don't call
like
myself out?
Yeah, don't call.
I'll work better to hide my ignorance. Okay, so we're excited about Detective Pikachu. I think we got that. The new trailer came out and it made me more excited because it looks as more ridiculous somehow.
And on top of that, there's a new Pokemon game coming out.
Sword and Shield.
Yes, and the new trailer came out for that, as well as the new Pokemon for that trailer. So, that being said, I thought it would be fun if we could review the 3 starter Pokemon that are being released for this new Pokemon game.
Honestly, you could play a guessing game with me because I don't know them.
Okay, so we don't really know much about these Pokemon at all, except for what they look like and their names. So you should pull up an image on the video, Sam, so that way the viewers have an idea of what we're talking about.
I got you.
Okay.
I have a picture here with their names.
So we're going to start from left to right. Right now we have Grookey, the monkey, which is my personal favorite, and I don't know if they have Pokedex entry. Let me check to see if they have Pokedex entries. Because usually what happens is that when they release a new Pokemon, they'll actually release a small little tidbit about them.
Right.
No, they have not. Okay, so fuck that, I guess.
I remember seeing the meme drawing of this where they all evolved into just straight fighting types and they were like buff as shit.
Yes. So anyway, Grookey is a monkey. I like this monkey. I like how his mouth looks like an orange. I like how the little stick in his hair, he uses a little drum, you know, when he just drums up shit, drumming up the competition.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. I love Grookey. You shove that stick up my ass.
Jesus Christ.
I can't finish that joke.
I'm so glad I think you got as far as was necessary.
Yes.
So
anyway,
Score Bunny.
Score Bunny. A rabbit.
Looks hot.
Yeah.
Get it? Because Scorch.
Uh-huh.
And furry. No.
I hate it. Hate you.
I'll take it further.
A rabbit. Most like a buffet or a big chunkus. Either way.
Did you just say Big Chungus? Because I will actually kill you.
He might. You never know. That's the possibility.
Everyone disliked that.
Those are the only two possibilities for this rabbit to turn into.
That doesn't make it right.
Who said it made it right? I didn't say ethically this is okay. It just is. Granted, there is another rabbit that exists that has, like, hands for ears. So,
Who?
yeah, it's disgusting because it's just kind of weird. Like, why? Why? But, I don't know. I expect this rabbit to be a disappointment. I don't like it just looking at it. Why does it have, like, a Band-Aid in between its eyes, which is just its face?
It's a good question.
It is a good question. And then it has another Band-Aid just for feet, like for the palm, or that just the palm of its foot. In which case, why is it so tiny? Why is there no fur? Why is there fur everywhere except for that rectangle of its foot?
Top 10 questions science still can't answer?
Who knows? In the trailer, in the actual is that he kind of like grinds on a railing for a little bit. So maybe that's just like evolutionary outcome of grinding on rails for a good amount of time.
Maybe.
And anyway, next we have Sobble.
Looks depressed.
It does. It's just a fucking bleot amphibian. And
Sobble is my face when someone takes the last cookie.
yeah, I don't know why he's doing like this ballerina pose with his arms, where he's just kind of like, you know what? You see what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Where he's just kind of like folding shit in, you know? Like,
It looks more like a Lost Hope pose, to be fair.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it. No, but he just kind of like, you know, it's like when you tell your friends, yeah, I was about this big, you know?
Yeah.
Or, yeah. I only like the monkey. That's my personal opinion. I like this monkey. I want that monkey.
Jesus.
And Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah, I've played Sun and Moon, and I was completely disinterested in that. And this is going to be the same development team as Sun and Moon. Meaning that I don't know if I'm going to be disappointed or not.
I can't decide whether or not this game will be good, mostly because I've never played any Pokemon game once in my life. Other than the Pokemon TCG.
Yeah, I played at least one.
No. Well, I played the Pokemon Battle thing online like twice.
Oh, you mean the Pokemon Showdown?
Yeah, that. And I beat you once by only using Earthquake.
I remember that.
You should.
So, okay, for our viewers. So basically, what happened was that we were playing Showdown, right? And I've
never played Pokemon before.
He's never played it before. To be fair, you had someone help build your team.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, that is true. To be fair. But basically, I spent like a solid hour building mine, and he spent like 5 minutes. And then he sent out a Garchomp, which is a type of Pokemon, and that Garchomp swept my entire team.
I used Earthquake 6 times.
He just used Earthquake 6 times and fucking won. I'm so pissed I was so mad. I gave up on the game immediately and cried. I didn't actually cry, but inside it.
We played a second time where you beat me for real, though.
That's true. But still.
So technically we're still tied.
It's that fucking shame that I felt. You know?
The shame of Garchomp just rocking your ass.
Exactly. Now I can't look at a Garchomp the same way again. So.
Oh, it's such a sad thing for you. But honestly, yeah, that's the only Pokemon game I've played. I haven't played any of the other ones. Not Game Boy, not DS, not anything.
Yeah.
No Alienage, nothing. Although I feel like I should.
Yeah, maybe.
The closest I got to playing Pokemon was that weird Pocket Morty's game, which was essentially Pokemon but Rick and Morty.
Oh, those iOS game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. That existed, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I played it for like a day, and then I realized I was playing worse Pokemon, and stopped. Without having played Pokemon, I knew I was playing worse Pokemon.
Oh, well. Anyway, moving on. Captain Marvel is coming out. That's coming out later this week.
Yeah.
We are going to be seeing it together.
More than likely.
More than likely. Probably. So, I don't know how well this movie is going to go, but I cannot wait for this movie.
In Marvel.
I do too. Samuel L. Jackson is in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I also realized Samuel L. Jackson is very old.
Yeah.
Like, you would never expect it. But believe it or not, Samuel Jackson is surprisingly over 70 years old.
Okay, that's older than I thought he was.
He is 70, actually. Not over 70.
Still older than I thought he was.
Yeah. What the fuck? Black don't crack. Samuel L. Jackson is...
Can you say that?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, I can say that.
God,
70 years old.
He's still awesome, though.
He's born in 1948.
It's a good thing Samuel L. Jackson, much like Morgan Freeman, is in fact immortal. So
yes.
That's good.
Who fucking thought? I didn't know. And now he's playing young Nick Fury at the ripe old age of 70 years old.
Wow.
10 years after he originally played Nick Fury at the age of 60 years old, which is the proper age.
We have to get younger, and yes, it is.
Yeah. 70 years old, and he's doing this shit. There's a reason he's showing up in less and less movies. And that's because he's fucking getting old.
That's true.
Yeah.
But he still is like a highly sought-after actor, I assume, because he's just great.
Oh, totally, because he's great in everything.
That's true.
Yeah.
But as far as Captain Marvel goes, I think I made this joke way back when we saw the Avengers. Was I really hope that Captain Marvel it cuts to her, and then she fades away in dust, and it's just Endgame. That's still my hope.
Where like Captain Marvel just straight up dies.
Yeah, it's just she's part of the snap, and it's just Endgame. I think it would be hilarious, but it's clearly not what they're going for.
Yeah, I like the end of Infinity War, where basically Samuel L. Jackson said "motherfuck," and then he just faded to dust. Yes. Right. So the question is, when they fade back in from dust, because you know they're going to do that, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's no mystery. They're going to come back to life.
Is he going to finish that sentence?
Yeah. Does he finish the sentence? Like, he comes back and just says, "Ucker," you know? Just...
I think the real question is, does saying half of it in one movie and the other half in the other movie count as their one F-bomb for the PG-13 rating?
That's right! Exactly! That's what I was saying!
Can they say "k" and then have another one later on?
Exactly. Fuck.
I'm so interested.
Could they like separate it with a long enough? Like, how long of a beat does it have to be for you to say "fuck"?
Can like one character start it and then you cut to a different character finishing it after a couple minutes?
Exactly. Like in this new Captain Marvel movie, you just have Captain Marvel being like, "Fuck," and then it's cuts direct, like hard cuts, completely different scene to Samuel L. Jackson just be like, "Cuh." Or what if it's like in Austin Powers, you know, where like you know that scene where they're like talking about like Johnson, oh my god, what's that in the sky? It seems to be like another balls, foul balls. Oh no, what's that in the sky?
That thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bit.
Is it gonna be like that except with an F-bomb?
God, it'd be funny. Fun times here today.
Oh, fuck, Commander! What seems
God.
to be...
You know what they need? They need to, it's like, what, a movie needs to do that. A PG-13 movie needs to set up fun! We're having fun! Just do that sufficiently throughout the movie, and then right near the very end, one of the characters is like, God fucking damn it. Just out of nowhere, just no cut, just fuck.
Fuck. Fuck. Fuck. Fuck. He like sputtering.
Yeah.
Fuck.
As his mouth apparently fills with water.
Exactly.
Alright. So,
anyway.
Your expectations for Captain Marvel. What you got?
It's gonna be very
Is that your final verdict? Is it's gonna be meh?
I think it's gonna be very average. I'm calling it. Because, like, this is the first, like, not the first superhero movie with a woman, but this is Marvel's
First good one.
Yeah. This is Marvel's first movie with a female, you know? So they're going to be playing it safe. So I predict it's going to be very average.
I think it's going to be similar to Black Panther in that it's going to be a really good movie that's going to be thought of as better than it may technically be because of what it represents, which is fine.
Yes.
It's absolutely fine. And it's going to be a great movie, but I think it's going to be overhyped. Overpraised.
That too.
But, you know, it's still going to be a great movie and representation is important, etc., etc.
I don't know. The thing about females in movies is that, like...
That's a really loaded way to start a sentence. Please continue.
Yeah, of course. It's not... I don't want to say it's not a marvel, no pun intended. It's not a marvel to see females in lead roles anymore because we've kind of seen them. And, like, people know how to... I think it's not as difficult to write them as people think it is because, like, take Ripley from Alien. Basically, how that character was written was that you could just have any person be in that role. It was written as a gender neutral role,
right?
And then they just plopped a female in there, and it worked out, and it still works out because, like, it's none of this, like, it's not feminine bullshit, you know.
That's true.
Am I making any sense here?
No. I get that. I get what you're saying.
I'm fully for girls being in, like, taking lead roles, and I think it's awesome that they are. But, like, I don't think a lot of people know how to write them because it seems like they're just kind of pandering.
Right. I get it.
Yeah, and even in the trailers for the Captain Marvel, like, they've been doing that. Where, like, it'd say, what they need is her, and then it would, like, fade some letters in, and it would say, a hero, instead, like, with her in hero.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
There it is.
I definitely get what you're saying.
I know it sounds a little misogynistic, what I'm trying to say. I promise you, I'm not trying to be.
I don't think attempts matter with that sort of thing.
It's not racist. I'm going to be racist. All I said was this. I'm going to be sexist. All I said was that.
I'm going to stick with my hot take of it's going to be a great movie.
Great is a very loose term nowadays.
Yeah, it gives me wiggle room. Shut up.
Great does not give you a lot of wiggle.
Of course.
Great would imply that it stands the test of time. You know, and
See, that's your definition. My definition of great movie is I enjoyed it. And I have a pretty low bar when it comes to movies. So,
yeah, that does seem like a very low bar. Great.
Okay,
like,
how about this?
Enjoyed
Good movie, I don't regret seeing it. Great movie, I actively enjoyed it. Is that...
Well, I don't regret seeing Venom, I don't think that's
not a great movie. It was funny, and I definitely enjoyed it.
I don't regret watching it, but shit, it's not a good one. I know that.
It was something else.
Same goes for something like The Room, you know, or just terrible, terrible movies. I never regret seeing them, but shit, it ain't good.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think the problem is deciding whether movies are good or not is too subjective.
Yeah, basically. I don't know.
Because
Who
I
would have
think any
thought that?
movie you enjoy is good. Unless it's so bad it's good, which can be argued for Venom now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. No, it's good to you, I would
Yeah.
say. Yeah, that's I think what the argument is. You
Good to
know?
you versus a good movie.
Exactly, right.
Okay.
You could, because you could find enjoyment in basically anything, you know? But I think what makes it actually good is a general consensus of everyone thinking that it's good.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay.
Or actually, not even that, because people universally agree some movies are terrible, but because they're terrible, they become enjoyable. You
Yeah.
know?
The so bad it's good movies. Okay.
Yeah, so even then, you can't even describe it like.
Yeah.
So what would you?
Okay. Okay. So I guess great movies standing the test of time is a good descriptor. Also, great movies will typically have a good message behind them.
Not necessarily.
Well, that typically.
Typically, they will have some kind of message, or there is a point to the movie.
I mean, would you say
No.
John Wick was a great movie or a good movie?
I'd say it's an enjoyable movie, because I've never seen John Wick. But,
Okay, you know what? That's fair. I did.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable,
Yes.
and
heard-
I wouldn't necessarily call it great per se, but it was a good movie.
Okay.
Because in my mind, great movies have like depth, I guess.
Maybe. Not just depth. I think it needs to push the boundary of cinema just a little bit. You know, just nudge it.
I get what
think
you're
there
saying.
needs. I think there needs to be some kind of vision in the art.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
there needs to be some kind of idea behind it. It's not just for money, you know. There's a reason you're making this.
Yeah. So, out of all the Marvel movies, would you say any of them is particular would be classified as great? Like just any one of them?
Infinity War.
Well, yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
I think that's a good example because Infinity War not only does it stand as a character piece where you're somehow able to fit like 60, not 60, like 40 characters,
A lot of
and
characters,
all
yeah.
have them work in the same story,
And none of
is
them felt really sidelined.
none of them felt sidelined, and all of them had character depth. That I would say is impressive. And on top of that, they had the villain win, which is unbelievable because normally
No
in
one
this
saw that
genre,
coming.
that never fucking happens.
No
Yeah.
one saw that coming.
No one saw this shit happening. So basically, I think that would serve as a great film. That would serve. However, take the polar opposite of that. Thor 2. Thor 2 is boring as shit. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't push any boundaries. It doesn't move anything forward except for maybe visual effect.
I'll say one thing about Thor 2, and
Yes.
it's in that it's one of the movies I enjoyed watching, even if it wasn't a quote great or good film. But I still
even-
enjoyed watching it.
Or even Ant-Man
I
and the
wouldn't call it
Wasp.
bad.
Ant-Man and the Wasp was some hot garbage.
I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I liked it up until the end where she came back as a Deus Ex Machina that could fix shit by touching her.
Yeah. Fuck that. I hated
But up
that
until
movie.
that part, I kind of enjoyed it, and I really loved that one character, like Ryan Reynolds'
What?
friend who talks in like. So he
Ryan
said,
Reynolds, Ryan Reynolds isn't in that movie.
or not Ryan Reynolds. I'm sorry, fucking
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Yeah, there's so many that type of person. Handsome white guy. I'm talking about
white
handsome
guy.
white guys. That archetype. God, I don't follow movies, but yeah, Paul Rudd's friend who keeps who keeps telling the story.
Right, but
like
he
he
did that in
does.
the last movie.
I know it was still funny.
It's still funny, but it's not like I expected that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I wanted something new. You know, try something else, like along the same lines of that, but something just kind of different. I would say.
like I said, I enjoyed it except for the ending. That is what
Yeah.
I'll say.
But anyway, where were we?
We were talking about Captain Marvel, but I think we've gone past that really.
Yeah, like what defines a good movie?
Yeah.
Like what makes a movie good
Yeah.
versus
And
great?
final take is I think Captain Marvel's going to be between good and great, and you think it's going to be all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's just going to be okay. It might break 1 billion. It probably won't. But
We'll come back.
I'm gonna predict the earnings of that movie.
All right, let's go.
You ready? 900 million.
All right, we'll come back to this and see if you're wrong.
I'll probably be wrong. 900 million. That's the total box office revenue.
I'm gonna guess it breaks a million, or not a million, but like a
billion.
A billion, yeah.
I hope it breaks a billion.
I've been a tired boy today.
If it doesn't break a billion, that movie ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, I know, right? It's been. I'm a tired boy.
Captain Marvel removed from Infinity War.
Yeah, we just retconned that. We just retconned that movie because no one saw it, and it wouldn't have made sense.
All right.
No, but I think it'll break a billion. That's my prediction.
Okay. Speaking of art, comedy, I've been doing.
What a segue. But yes, Bennett, you recently had some comedy shows, and before you talk about it, I will say one of the comments on our last podcast was good work on getting that. Was someone congratulating you?
Aw, thank you, fan. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, dead ass. I did an open mic. It was just a small open mic, and then I did a 45-minute show.
Okay. Let's take it one at a time. How's the open mic?
So the original opener I was going to do for my 45-minute show, I decided to practice for my 5-minute show. And that completely bombed.
Oof.
Yeah, that was a complete bomb. Ugh. Big oof. Yeah, so super well. And so what I did was that I just kind of started pulling something out of my ass. And I thought of a story of me on this airplane. And I'll tell you the story so that way you have an idea of what I'm talking about. All right. So basically, I was flying from Dubai to Toronto. That's a 14-hour flight. Okay? And then on the way there, I was sitting next to this kid. And I don't like sitting next to children on airplanes because they're just really loud, which is understandable.
Right.
And so what this kid did is that as we were on the flight, he went to sleep, but he did it horizontally. So he put his feet just on my lap. Just bare feet on my lap, you know?
That's weird.
Yeah, thing about it is that I don't want to touch a child, so I don't know how to get rid of this kid's feet on my lap. And, like, the parents weren't nearby. The parents were in the back of the plane. So, really, the question is, when is it okay to push a child? And, yeah, and that was the joke, you know? So, like, because there are some genuinely pushable children in this world, you know? Like, we know who they are. They're usually, like, the captain of a soccer team. God. They have a cell phone 10 years too young than when they should have a cell phone.
Reminds me of that Brooklyn Nine-Nine joke where he's like, all right, I'll kill anyone, but I don't kill kids. There is an exception for really annoying ones, though.
But basically, you know, and, like, if you do push them, it's not like they're going to do anything, you know? You could dead ass walk to a child, grab his phone, chuck it as far as you can, and then the child probably won't do anything to you directly because you're bigger than them. So they can't do anything about it.
I mean, society would probably do something about that.
Probably, you know?
So don't do that. Like, don't do that.
I'm not saying you should do it, but I'm just saying that you could, you know?
Yeah.
Right. So, anyway, so I just decided to do nothing, you know, because I'm a pussy. And
that should have been the punchline right there.
Yeah, I didn't say that. I should have said that. Yeah. And so what I start doing is that I start watching this movie on the plane to try to get my mind off this. And I start watching the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which is a terrible movie, but not that bad for a plane. Yeah. And so as I'm watching it, I look over to this kid, and this kid, his eyes are just glued to my screen. And if you know anything about Forgetting Sarah Marshall, you'll know that there's a lot of random sex scenes just in this movie, you know?
I didn't, but now I do.
Yeah, like, especially in the first third of the movie. And so it was really weird because I now have this child just watching my screen as these scenes go on. So this is when a normal adult would be like, oh, no, and then just turn it off. And I was about to do that, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let this play out. And I just continued watching it.
Bennett, why are you
Oh yeah,
you?
oh yeah, it was pretty bad. It came to a point where I looked over and I was having more enjoyment watching him watch the movie than actually just straight watching the movie. And so I don't know. Like I know people give me flag for it, but I've already invested what 10 minutes into this film. I can't just start over now. I've already been invested in this story. And plus, like, years down the line, he's going to forget about our interaction, but he's going to remember these scenes. So I'd imagine he's going to be in, like, a sex ed class or some shit, you know? And then, like, the teacher would be like, "You, kid, what do you know about this?" And then, like, he's going to remember back to when he was on the plane with me, and he's going to be like, "Wait a minute, I do remember." And then he's going to, like, yeah, and then he's going to, like, grab the chalk, and then he's going to, like, Picasso.
And
he's
draw
just going to start, yeah, just draw this shit out, like fucking art, like, melodic music is playing in the background somehow, and then he's just, like, drawing this shit. And then eventually the kids just, like, look up from their desks, and they're just like, "Wait a minute, this is amazing. Wow,"
What a
and then
guy.
eventually, I know, and then eventually, like, a slow applause starts rolling in.
So clearly,
Teachers-
you've put a
teachers
lot of
never
thought
see-
into this child.
Yeah, teacher has never thought of anything like this before, gives him an A on the spot. And then one of those kids in the class is like, "That's so beautiful," and then ask him out on a date, and so they're going out. And then she, like, is in bed with him, and he knows exactly what to do because he remembered from what to do in those sex scenes. He's going to be like, "Oh, yeah, you rock my world. You got it."
Okay, Bennett.
That's my impression of the girl, by the way. "Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got it.
Uh-huh. High five."
What?
If she yells high five.
Okay. So,
right.
Bennett, I have
Yes.
one word to say to you.
I'm not done with this bit.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
So as he's looking up into the sky, I'll be like in my own home, okay? And I'll be just like on the balcony or some shit. I don't know what I'm doing. And then I'm like,
I don't know
minute.
what you're doing either.
Yeah, wait a minute. And then I like look up at the moon, and I'm like, he did it. The mad lad actually did it. Oh my god. And then like my wife's in the back. She's like, "Bennett, come to bed. What's wrong?" And I'm like, "You wouldn't understand, babe. Just a lot of shit going on."
Jesus.
And then, I just smile to myself. Because I taught a little boy how to have sex. Not in the way that
Wow,
you're thinking.
that
in a
was-
completely different way.
That was the worst possible way to end that.
Yeah, so I like looked at the little boy and he looked at me. We exchanged no words, but I knew.
Okay.
I taught a little.
So I can see why that may have been
No,
something.
that did good.
Really?
Yeah, the one that bombed was me complaining about my AC.
Oh, all right. So you're telling me that joke actually landed, and it was your AC that just bombed?
Yes. Now, fast forward to the 45-minute show. I do pretty well. I wrote a new opening, and that opening did amazing. If you want, I could tell you the opening, but if not, it's just a story for another time.
No need to blow your load all on one podcast.
Oh, just like how that little boy blew his
I
load all.
hate you immensely. Man, you've already demonetized us before we were monetized. I'm impressed.
I've already ruined everyone listening to this podcast. I've ruined it.
All
That's
10 of
fine.
them.
All 10 of them.
My
20
mom's
of
gonna
them.
be so weirded out.
No, but so what I did was that I tried telling the same bit, but I started choking because I forgot what I was supposed to say. So
Oh,
instead
no.
I said, "When is it okay to hit a child?"
Oh,
And I said,
no.
"We should hit children," which generally in a comedy show doesn't usually go too well. So I started bombing, and I bombed so hard that deadass a whole group of people just left in the middle of my comedy. Yeah. So after that, I forgot about everything that I was going to say after that bit.
Oh
and
no.
I close it 20 minutes earlier than I should.
Oh no.
Yeah, so meaning I only got half of my time in my 45-minute comedy show, all because I advocated hitting children. And I said something about pedophilia.
Oh
So,
Jesus.
yeah. And
You
I
gotta
said how
keep.
pedophile. No, pedophile. I said pedophiles are ruining this country because they ruined it. So now I can't hang with children anymore because
Okay, that's kind of funny actually.
yeah, like
That's solid.
that's the real bane of what they've done. You know, among other things. But like this is pretty
Jesus.
bad too. And that
Okay.
was the joke. But that bombed hard.
I
So
think that joke is solid, to be fair.
yeah, thank you. But I said it weird. I know I did.
Yeah,
So
no.
I just kind of ruined it for myself.
Jokes get different when you're on stage.
Yeah, that's true. But who knows? Like, I didn't, I wasn't super prepared for it, you know, and so I kind of walked in not expecting it to be as good. Does that make any sense? That made no sense at all. Let me elaborate. Uh,
Yeah, please do.
yeah, I wrote it down, but I didn't prepare for it as well as I should have.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I ended up just being a fucking idiot on stage.
No.
And it sucks because, like, I've never really done a 45-minute show before, and I've never bombed that hard before. So that kind of got me into a little bit of a depression because of how shit of a job I did.
Oh no.
Now, I mean, yeah, and like I know I said like if I bomb, then you know it happens, and I definitely feel like that now, but it hit hard, like so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, I don't
but
know what I'm saying.
I mean, as much as it sucks to bomb, it
Yeah.
was still good experience.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I'm glad I bombed because now it gave me experience of bombing.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I'm glad that I bombed on that bit. So now I know what not to say when on stage. So
Step one:
uh,
don't hit children.
don't hit children. Yeah. A lot of stuff with kids, it just weirded people out. And I don't blame them at all
Yeah.
because I'd be fucking weirded out. So, but yeah, I just completely started stuttering and I forgot 2 bits.
Oh no.
Two dead ass, yeah, 2 bits. One of them I told before. It was the condom bit. It was
Yeah.
just like me telling stories about condoms. I think
Yeah.
I've told it on this podcast before.
Probably.
Um, and the other one was this bit I wrote on Tinder, which isn't as funny, but made sense in the context of the show. So,
Right. Yeah.
oh no, that's not true. 3 bits. I
Oh my
forgot
god.
3 bits because there was another bit I wrote on Thanksgiving and how context is necessary for jokes. And the reason why is because my grandpa thinks I'm a racist. So
That sounds like a good setup.
yeah.
I.
So I'm pissed at myself. I had 45 minutes of material and I fucked it up. So
Yeah.
who,
Oh.
who knows?
You take that, you learn from it, you get better.
Exactly. God.
And now you know that first you have to prepare better,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
two, uh, you know what jokes are less likely to land,
right.
and you get more experience on how audiences will react to what you say.
Exactly. So I just need to keep on doing it. You know?
It's all good experience.
After I'll be doing them again in a few. You know, I managed to join a comedy club here on campus, so
Nice.
they're setting up gigs for me to just go up and do shit with. So
That's nice.
yeah, but anyway, that's comedy in a nutshell. Like,
Yeah. You just bomb enough times until you say something funny.
uh-huh. Who knows? That's how you get good.
Yeah, you got this.
Yeah, a lot of trial and error. That's what comedy is.
You learn more from failure than success, or whatever that quote is.
Yeah, whatever it is, something about like being something,
Yeah. something like
Something.
that I remember.
something about that. Anyway, moving on. You anything you want to talk about?
Well, honestly, not really. I mean, as you may know, faithful listeners, I don't do a lot with my life.
Mm.
I don't know if you know that. But it is quite true. I still do occasional work on that game I'm making. Progress is
Oh
slow.
yeah, how's that coming along?
Progress is slow, but I'm getting to it. It's dialogue is pretty hard to write.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
It's slightly hard to write.
It's slightly hard. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
People have
And-
different perspectives.
And a
on
lot
that.
of what it is I haven't touched in a while, so I'm relearning how to actually like program events and stuff. So it's almost like learning it again because I took
Okay.
such a long break. But I'm working on it. There's progress. So
Okay.
at least I have
good.
that.
It's good. But why is it that you're not, like, you don't do much? That's a really weird question. I am so. That's kind of a dick question, you know? Like, why don't you do shit? Like, fuck it.
Well, doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
Most of what I do is go to work and then I do things I enjoy at home, which is generally I have friends on Discord I talk to, and also I have several games, and I play D&D with people. Like, I interact with other people.
Okay.
It's a thing
so
I
you're
do.
I'm not a complete loser. But
Yeah.
Fucking
Ignoring you demeaning me, but yeah.
Right.
Set that aside for a second.
God. If we weren't great friends,
Man, if we weren't
This would
friends,
be-
I would kick your ass.
I know. What the fuck? Like, I guarantee this was like 3 weeks after we just met each other.
Oh yeah. If this is how you acted in like that history class in high school, I was like, hey, I'd like to sit somewhere else, please.
Yeah. Oh, that's how Sam and I met, by the way. We sat next to each other in a history class.
Mm-hmm.
Back in high school, senior year. Mr. Rezick.
And the student teacher that came along for about a week and
Listen-
streamed.
Ray for Shinji.
Yep.
was a Twitch
Twitch.tv/Ray for
streamer.
Shinji.
He deadass started class one time. He's like, all right, class, start history. This is my Twitch name, Ray for Shinji.
Legitimately happened.
This legitimately happened. This is deadass.
Greatest thing ever.
And he's like, yeah, just follow me on my Twitch. I stream on like this Tuesday, Thursday, something like that. And I cried. I dead ass.
It was
Could not
like an
believe-
out of body experience when he said, "This is my Twitch stream."
Because you have to understand that, like, we're like at that generation where teachers are kind of into technology, except they're really not. You know?
Yeah.
So,
But the new student teacher,
but the new student teachers are. So when you hear one of them be like, "Yeah, so I stream on Twitch," it was a genuine surprise to us because this seemed like a very out of character thing for a teacher to do.
yeah.
A very out of character.
And we had some really character teachers.
That's fucking true. Who's the most character one? Was it Mr.
Mr.
Booze or-
West.
Mr. Oh fuck, Mr. West. Okay, Mr. West. Sam, you explain this story. You tell it better than I do.
God, which one of the many?
Do the
The
one
Harrison one?
ISS.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
Mr. West is a geosystem teacher at our high school, and he was just amazing. And one time he was talking to a kid who was being like unruly and that sort of thing. And he said to this Middle Eastern kid, he meant to say, "Go straight to ISS," which is in school suspension.
Right.
Instead, he walked up to the kid and said, "If you don't want to work, just go straight to ISIS."
Go straight to ISIS, to the
Yep.
Middle Eastern kid.
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. West got fired because of that.
No, it was not for that. It was so
Was it
many
not?
other reasons. There were so many other stories I have of him.
Wasn't that the final nail in the coffin, though?
Oh God, no! That was there. There was a little bit more.
Wait, then what was the reason he got fired?
He made a joke about cheating on. He made a joke about the SOLs, and someone went to the English department to tell on him. So he was no
Oh.
longer allowed to he was no longer allowed to watch SOLs.
Oh.
And none of us were really around when he was fired, so we don't know what exactly was the thing.
Aw.
But
Terrible.
he had that. It was really sad because at the end of near the end of the school year with him, he was like, "I was gonna show you all Deadpool, but I can't because it's an R-rated movie, and I can't take that. I can't take a risk of another strike right now."
Oh,
And
poor Mr. West.
I know. I felt so bad for him when I went to go get my on the last day. I sought him out to get him to sign my yearbook, and I was like, "You were like one of my favorite teachers." He's like, "Thanks, man. I needed that. It's been a tough year for me." And it was like, "Oh no, but you were so awesome, Mr. West."
What about the ones with Harrison's headphones?
Oh, okay. So you may not know this, but Harrison in class will just have his computer out and have his headphones on.
Yeah, and just watch anime.
Absolutely.
In class.
Although sometimes he's not watching anything. Sometimes he just has them on.
He just has them on. He just has his headphones. He just wears them.
Yeah.
We don't know why. We don't know the reason. He just is. He just do.
It's just Harrison. But
it's just what Harrison does.
In this one, okay, so I need to set this up further because the way I learned this story is partly from Harrison, but also I made a different connection to Harrison in my own class of Mr. West. But essentially, so Harrison sat in his room and watched anime with his headphones on, and Mr. West walked over and put scissors up to the cord of his headphones and just stared at him. And Harrison stared back for a good minute until Mr. West just took the scissors away and was like, okay.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, you win.
I have to say, the amount of big dick energy that takes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
To not do shit. Because, like, I think, because he knows that he can't actually cut his headphones with scissors, right?
Oh, yeah, no, he knew it. That's why he backed down.
Yeah.
And Harrison knew it, too.
Yeah. Don't you love it when, like, you're able to call their bluff?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, fucking do it.
And then he talked about Harrison in my class, and it went like this.
Oh, yeah. To explain, your class was the class directly after Harrison's.
It was. So Mr. West talked about, somehow got on the topic, he was like, you know who I know is probably going to be the one to shoot up the school? I don't know where this came from, but that was the discussion. And he was like...
Just bring it up casually in a conversation.
That's kind of Mr. West. He was so great. But no, he was like, he was this kid in my class who wears a black jacket and just constantly has his headphones on. He just watches anime up here. And I'm like, wait, are you talking about Harrison? And he's just like, I can't confirm that.
So that's a yes. That's a yes.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a yes because I knew it was Harrison. There's no one else I knew who was in this class.
There's no one else in the school who did that.
And acts like Harrison. Yeah.
He's the only one in the school who did that. Everyone deadass knew. It's not a secret.
Podcast idea for next episode. 40 minutes on Harrison in high school.
We deadass could make an episode just about Harrison in high school.
No offense to Harrison, who's definitely listening to us.
Oh, yeah. We love Harrison.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's one of our closest friends. But the fucking memes that come out of his fucking life.
It's too much. All right. I think we can end it. I think we can end it on Harrison's existence. How about you?
I think we actually can. All right. Thank you guys for listening. If you like us, subscribe. Give us a like.
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter. We promise we'll tweet something.
Pretend that we didn't have a week-long break.
Yeah.
That never happened.
Follow us on Facebook.
We still don't have a Facebook.
We still don't have a Facebook.
And I don't think any of us use Facebook, so I don't know why we're advertising that. Do you use Facebook?
I went there yesterday after like 18
Harrison
months.
uses Facebook. Harrison, you're our new Facebook site manager. Hook us up.
You hear this, Harrison? Hook us up.
Yeah.
Fucking do it.
That's your new job.
That's your job.
So follow us on Harrison's Facebook profile of our podcast.
Of course.
And
watch him
comment.
Watch him like.
Do I get paid more? Well, Harrison, you don't get paid at all.
Harrison, you don't get paid at all. We'll double your salary.
Yeah.
How about that, Harrison?
Yeah.
From $0 to $0.
Yeah.
We'll double.
So, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please comment what you want us to talk about or any sort of validation that someone is listening to this.
Of course. If you have any ideas, please let us know.
Absolutely. I don't do a lot, so I need them.
Tell your friends about us. Share it via messenger pigeon, I guess.
Okay.
I'm on it. I don't know how though. Just strap the laptop onto that pigeon.
Bennett is not hip to the kids and how they text these days.
Hello, fellow children.
All right. Thank you all for watching. Good night.
All right, yeah. Night, guys.